Nolan Ryan was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1999, but if there was a Hall of Fame for barbecue, maybe he'd be in that one as well. Mr. Nolan Ryan, welcome to St. Louis and welcome to Big 550 KTRS.
Well, thank you, McGraw.
The book is called The Nolan Ryan Beef and Barbecue Cookbook. Is this barbecuing, or is it smoking, or is it grilling, or a little bit of both?
It's all the above. What we really have tried to do here is we have a beef company, and we've tried to give our consumers an opportunity to have different recipes, and really it's just not a grilling book. It's something that they can use year-round, and so we have different recipes in there for whatever you might have an interest in doing.
So a little bit of a controversy here. Let's talk about the bone-in ribeye. You say the bone-in ribeye is a gimmick.
That's my opinion, yes. I can personally say that I can't tell that there's any more flavor with the bone or without the bone, and it's a marketing tool.
And so if you had your choice of any type of steak, it'd be a boneless ribeye.
No, if I was going to grill, I like to grill T-bones.
T-bones, which is half of the ribeye, right? And then the other half is
right.
Okay, good. How they keep talking about Texas barbecue. What makes Texas barbecue different from St. Louis barbecue versus Kansas City barbecue?
Well, I really think that a lot of it has to do with the differences in sauces and then the type of wood people use. Obviously, one of the things that's most popular in Texas is mesquite because we have so much of it. I like to use mesquite, and I also like to use pecan wood. So it really depends on the individual. But, you go to different regions of the country, you find differences in the way people grill or the way they barbecue or smoke or whatever they're doing.
This is your first cookbook, right?
Yes, it is.
And it's a big cookbook. You have a lot of beautiful pictures and everything. Did you have a hard time, or was it pretty easy coming up with recipes? And were some of them from your childhood?
Well, obviously, some of them that I wanted in there were from my childhood, or like the pecan pie that's in there from the Parish Coffee Shop in Fort Worth. I really like their recipe and the job they do with their pecan pie, so I wanted to put that in there. And then we have Roost carrot cake in there that I think is the best carrot cake I ever ate. And then my mother's peppermint ice cream that I have such fond memories of growing up as a kid that we used to be able to make on special occasions.
Now, in the book, you say, Nolan Ryan, that you became a rancher when you were pitching for the California Angels.
That's right. I got into the ranching in 1973.
And how big of a full-time gig? Is it a hobby for you? How big are you down there?
No, it's a full-time business for me. I'm a producer, and then we also have the beef company, and so I'm very involved in it.
So how does the beef company work? Can I order Nolan Ryan beef and get it sent to my house?
During the holidays in the past, yes, we've had a mail order business.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
All right.
You also have barbecue sauce too, right?
What we have is we have seasonings, and we also have sauces, yes.
Okay.
So when you're barbecuing, and this is I get the rub. So you get the boneless ribeye or whatever your choice of meat is, and you put the rub on beforehand. You put it on the grill, you smoke it or whatever. When's the best time, Nolan Ryan, to put the barbecue sauce on the meat?
Well, what I like to do is, and I personally like to put it on right at the end, and the reason being is that if you put it on early, it's going to cook off, and so you're going to lose a lot of it, and so it really depends. And all these things are very flexible of what a person's preference is. So really, but that's the way I do it, is that I like to put it on towards the end, where it's nice and warm when you present the particular steak or whatever it is that you put it on, whether it's ribs or whatever.
And then when's the best? I mean, people have all these thermometers, but real grillers and real cookers can tell when the meat's done. How do you tell when the meat's done?
Well, it depends on to what level you're trying to cook. One, you you have to have some feel for the intensity of your fire or your heat that you have, and then also the cut of the meat and the thickness of it. So it really depends on what you're kind of accomplishing and how you like to eat your meat. I'm a medium rare guy, so I kind of just have it by feel. But a lot of it has to do with how hot a fire you have.
Now, the beef industry has gone through quite a number of changes over the last couple of years, and beef prices have gone through the roof. Have you noticed that down in Texas as we have here in the Midwest?
Oh, it's nationwide, and it's a combination of several things, but so much of it is driven by the drought, and the beef population in the United States is one of its all-time low since around 1951.
Yeah, so are we expecting that they're going to build these herds back up, or what are you looking for the future?
Well, the hope is that we'll start seeing a gradual increase, but I think it's going to be a very slow process, and there's a lot of different factors that come into play. Obviously, the drought is the driving force behind that, and the drought has expanded into California now, and so that is definitely a big factor. And then a lot of people sold out during this drought, and because of where they are in their lives, age-wise, a lot of them are choosing not to go back into it. And so I think what we'll see as far as the growth of the herd in the U.S. is probably going to go very slowly as far as an increase is concerned.
You know, our farmer report here, Farmer Dave was schooling me on all this, I don't know, a year or so ago, and beef prices were down, and he said that's because everybody was bringing their cattle to the market, so there was an influx, and he said you wait a couple years, beef is going to go through the roof because it takes a couple years to rebuild back the herd.
Well, he's exactly right on that.
Yeah. When you come to St. Louis and you enjoy a little barbecue, do you make it by Pappy's downtown at all?
I have been. I hadn't been there since the World Series, and I didn't get by there during the World Series.
I wanted on the record that I did not bring up the World Series.
Well, I can tell you this. The people in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex and all of Texas hadn't gotten over that yet.
All right, fair enough. What can I ask, where is your New York Mets 1969 World Championship ring?
We have an exhibit in Alvin, Texas, where I grew up and lived the majority of my life, and we have an exhibit there at the Alvin Community College, and it's there.
All right, good. Be sure to go by Alvin Community College and check that out. The Nolan Ryan Beef and Barbecue Cookbook, fine bookstores everywhere. The pictures are great, and the recipes are better. Hall of Fame pitcher Nolan Ryan, thank you very much, Mr. Ryan. Have a good day.
All right, thank you.
You got it. 8:28 here, Big 550, KT.